Namaskar friends, this is Shekhar Mayanil here, coming up with a brand new episode number 3 of Sri Bharat Charitamrit Sindhu. So before I begin, let me take the blessings of Lord Ganesha and of course my Hanumanji Maharaj, who is my own breath. Okay, so let's begin with the invocation of Shanti Mantra. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vitvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So let me share my screen. So this is what we will be discussing. It is a continuation of my previous episode. It is a question somebody asked. So King Dasharatha was a Dharmatma who lacked the Dharma Bodh. So the question was, you implied in the episode number 1 that King Dasharatha had Dharma Rajya but lacked the Dharmasar or Dharma Bodh. Please explain, why do you say so? After all, he was the father of Sri Ram and a Chakravarti Samrat. So, King Dasharatha was a Dharmatma, no doubt. There is absolutely no doubt. Because it is said in Balkand, Avat Puri Raghukula Mani Rao, Ved Bitit Tehi Dasarath Nau, Dharma Dhurandara Gunaniti Gyani, Hridaya Bhagati Mati Sarangapani. So in the city of Ayodhya, there ruled a king who was a jewel of Raghu's race. He was called Dashrath, a name which is familiar in the Vedas. He was that good, which means Raghukul Veda Vidita. He was the champion of virtue. And Dharam Dhurandar, he was a repository of good qualities and a man of wisdom. He was a sincere devotee of Vishnu, the wielder of Sarangabo, and his mind was always, has also set on him. So that kind of a person, and you are saying that he did not have the Dharma Bodh or Dharmasar. Let's find out. King Dasharatha was a traditionalist. He went by the books of what is written in the scriptures. He never deviated from the tradition that were followed down the ages and passed on through generations. That is exactly what he was. So he believed that if my forefathers were kings and my grandfather was a king and my father was a king, then I am entitled to become a king. That is what his. So this is what was written in the traditional books and scriptures of those days. And in short, he was a parivarvad. So that is what. But Sri Ram was not. Sri Ram was not. Bharatji was also not. So they always believed that the king's job is to create an ecosystem wherein transformation of the entire public of the country, all the people are transformed. Then only you can pick out a king from those people who are well worthy of ruling. That was the Lord Ram's and Bharat's ideas. So they were basically the first ever rebels in our scriptures, you can think of. They were the most rebellious people. So there was there was a king called Satyaketu during that time. I think in Satyayuga, I think in Satyaketu. When he became old, he gave the kingdom to his son Pratap Bhanu. Okay. And after that, what happens is he said, Jetha Sutahi Raj Nripadina Harihita Apo Gavana Banakina. He resigned after becoming old. He said, okay, you take the throne and I'm going with my wife to for the sake of devotion of Lord Hari. So this was his He just gave it away and went away. So that was first instance. And then second instance, that was King Manu. When King Manu became old, he said to himself, होय न विषय विराग भवन बसत भा चौथापन हृदय बहुत dukh lag janam gayo hari bhagat pinu. Which means he said that I have reached the fourth stage of my life and I am still living as a householder. He felt so stressed at heart that his life has been without any devotion to Sri Hari. All he was doing is doing the king's thing and still living as a householder. He was not very happy about it. A tremendous vairagya, or you can say dispassion, developed in him, and he gave his the throne to his son. Barbas Raj Sutahi Tab Dinha Nari Samet Gavan Banakina. Now you have to note that Barbas means forcefully. It was not given to him, like in the case of uh, the Satyaketu. Satyaketu gave not forcefully, and Pratap took it very happily. So as if Pratap was thinking that he is entitled for the kingdom. So whereas here the son did not think he is entitled for the kingdom. He was reluctant, but he was forced by his father. He did not probably ask why you. He probably must have asked him, "Why do you want to give me the kingdom?" He says, "You know what? am in the fourth stage of my life, and I'm done. And I'm still like living like a householder, so I might as well leave all this thing to you and go away." So eventually the son accepted his request, and I think he reluctantly accepted. So that was one of the things. And when King Dashrath wanted to give the kingdom to Sri Ram after consulting Gurudev, he said, Nath Ram kariye juvraju, kahiye kripa kari kariye samaju. Means, my lord, let Ram be invested with regal powers. I pray, please command me, so that necessary preparations may be set on foot. So uh, let me give this thing to make Ram as a crown prince, so that necessary preparation should be taking place right now. So why? Because Jeth Swami Sevak Lagu Bhai, Yah Dinkar Kul Reet. Now he is again stuck in the tradition, the Kul Reeti, right? The eldest son is always the king and the younger brothers serve him. This has been the tradition of Suryavanshi. This is what he gives the logic as to why he wants to. It's not it's not dispassion or vairagya that the king Dasharatha is happening is giving the kingdom away, or to his or the making his son becoming the crown prince, but he is actually following the kulriti, which means the traditional aspects of it. So this is what it was the tradition which was driving his life, rather than the vairagya, or his inner dispassion towards the kingdom. So this was the thing. Even Guru Vashishta agreed to this traditional way without truly appreciating the essence of Dharma. That is what bothers me. Why is Guru Vashishta also agreeing with this idea of tradition? This is what my concern was also. I mean, no wonder he hid behind the traditional and scriptural definition of Dharma. And that is why he goaded Bharatji to assume the throne in the absence of the king, when he said, राय राजपद तुम कह दीन्हा पिता बचन फुर चाहिए कीन्हा नृपहि बचन प्रिय नहीं प्रिय प्राणा करहु तात पितु बचन प्रवाना करहु शीस धरि भूप रजाई हई तुम कह सब Bhanti Bhalai. So what he said, Bharat, the king has bestowed the kingship on you. It behoves you, therefore, to redeem the words of your father, who abandoned Ram for the sake of his word and quit his body. in his anguish for separation from Ram. The king did not love his own life as much as he did his word. His promise was more important to him. If you give the word to somebody, you fulfill it. This was his apparent or uh, understanding. I would say now we'll reflect it how he was not true to his word. That's what we will. That's why he lacked the Dharma Bodh. I'll prove it to you why he lacked the Dharma Bodh and he was not true to his word. So we'll prove that. Therefore, dear son, Guru Vashishtha says, redeem your father's word. Reverently obey king's command. This will do you good in every way. अनुचित उचित विचारु तजी जे पालही पितु बैन ते भजन सुख सुजस के बस ही अमरपति ऐन. Which means those who cherish their father's word, minding not whether it is reasonable or unreasonable or otherwise, attain happiness and dwell in the abode of Indra. That is what he said, that listen, in the absence of your father is no more, and there is your brother and Sitaji and Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they have gone to the forest and your father is dead. So in the absence of your father, you should take up the throne. This is what his father's wish was also. Now, he died for his word. So would you not respect that? So that is what, but actually speaking, he did not follow his word. Let's prove this. Guru Vashishtha continues, अवसि नरेश बचन फुर करहु पालहु प्रजा शोक परिहरहु सुरपुर नृप पाय परितोषु तुम का सुकृत सुजसु नहीं दोषु वेद विदित सम्मत सबही का जेहि पितु दे सो पावै टीका करहु राज परिहरहु गलानी मानहु मोर बचन हित जानी. So therefore, Bharat, you must redeem the king's word. Cherish your subjects and cease to grieve. He was very unhappy with this whole situation that he has been asked to become a king, and it did not sound right to him. Internally, he was not feeling correct. Something was not right. So that something not right is coming from his super metacognitive intelligence. Okay. Then Guru Vashishtha said, the king in heaven will derive solace, while you will earn merit and good fame and shall incur no blame. And Bharatji was very afraid of this fact that he was thinking maybe his mother, he has hand in having Sri Ram being banished to the forest. So this was his biggest concern. He says people probably are already thinking in the lines that maybe I'm also involved in the my brother's going to the forest for 14 years, and it is just that Kaikei is just being an instrument of that process. But it was so this he was very much sincerely very much afraid of that fact. And Guru Vashishtha said that it is well known in the Vedas, and that you have the sanction that the crown goes to him on whom the father bestows it. Now he did not accept this also. He said, how can a father bestow the king, the kingdom onto somebody and sending the elder brother to the forest? Why is that so? What is the whole logic behind it? So he was not convinced at all about this. Now, but Guru Shishya therefore rule the kingdom. Feel no remorse and accept my advice as salutary. Means since he is saying, just in case if you think whatever I am saying is against dharma, it is adharma, I am telling you as a guru that everything is fine. And it is my advice I am telling you because I know the scripture very well. That's why I'm telling you, please do not have any remorse and accept my advice. So since Guru is considered the authority in the kingdom, so he said whenever whatever he says should be taken as authority, the final word, right? And since he is saying Bharatji should agree with that, that was his idea. Bharatji did not accept that either. Bharatji did not accept his mother's advice. Bharatji did not accept his father's advice or father's injunctions, and he did not agree with Guru Vashishta at all. So he'll deflect all the three people in coming episodes. I'll prove it to you how he does that beautifully. The reason why I say that King Dasharatha lacked Dharma Bodh is number one, King Dasharatha was a slave to traditions, and he would not get out of it. It was very difficult for him to get out of tradition. What will others say? What will people when they people think when they compare me with my forefathers? I deviated this way, that way. This was his biggest fear, right? Now, when Kaikeyi asked him for the boon, he said, "You give me Bharat. You make Bharat as a king first, and then you should send the second boon is to send Sri Ram like a tapasvi, right, into the forest for 14 years. So this was the second boon. Now, if now why I am saying that Bharatji lacked the Dharma Bodh is because now he could have told Kaikeyi that now he actually said that I cannot do that. This is not right. Then Kaikeyi gave him uh, this logic that look, Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Ai, Prana Jai Par Jahu Par Baru Bachana Na Jai. Kaikeyi knew that Dashrathji is attached to the traditions. So she gave the logic of tradition. Look, Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Ai means this traditionally in the Raghukul, Prana Jai Par Bachana Na Jai. I mean, people have died for their word, but they have not let the word down. So follow. So this was basically what she did. She did a very clever thing actually. She took the promise that in the name of Ram, you give me the two boons. And he said, okay, fine. And that's how this happened. And then first boon was Bharatahi Tika, means Rajya to the kingdom to Bharat. May Bharat become the king, and Ram become the Vanvasi for 14 years in the forest. So if he was true to his word, if King Dashrath was really true to his word, Prana Jai par Vachan na jai, he should have said, Kaikeyi, these two boons of yours are null and void because I have already given word to Guru Vashishta and all the mantri. Just a day before, I have already told them Ram is going to be the crown prince. So this is already null and void. Now coming to your boon, you can ask another one. That will be fine with me. Now you said ek bar Bharatahi Tika. Okay, Bharatahi Tika. I have no problem with that. But let's call Bharatji first. Let's call Bharatji. But he could not say anything. When Ram was ready to go to the forest, he did not say anything. He could have said, Ram, right now stay here. The boon is Bharatahi Tika. First boon was Bharatahi Tika. Let's call Bharatji first. And he knew Bharatji would never accept the king, becoming a king. Never. And he knew Ram also, that Ram would not accept the kingdom right now. Because Ram was rebellious, very quiet rebelliousness he had. So this is how I feel that he lacked the clarity and decisiveness in action. He was just like stupefied almost, like he just froze and he could not speak a word because he lacked the clarity. What should I say to Ram? What should I say to Bharat? What should I say to the kingdom, the people. What should I say to anybody? How will people evaluate me? Was me, I, me, and mine was going on in his head. He was not concerned about the kingdom. He was not concerned about the masses. He was, how will people think? What will people think about me? This was his biggest concern. So when this happens, you almost lose Dharma Bodh and Dharma Marma. So this was what King Dasharatha lacked, the metacognitive intelligence or the Vivek Buddha to see what was happening behind the scene. See, if he had understood what was going on in somebody's mind, which when you have developed tremendous metacognitive intelligence, in fact super metacognitive intelligence, you can understand what is happening in somebody's mind, even if they say anything, but you know where it is coming from. Even if they say a sweet word, you will know exactly what is the real sweet word coming from. Is it real or is it unreal? So this is what cognitive intelligence, metacognitive intelligence, the Vivek Buddhi, this, right? That was because of that is because he lacked the dharmasar. Now, what is dharmasar? Samujhav kahab karab tum joi dharmasar jag hoye soi. This was what Muni says. Guru Vashisht said to the Bharatji. See, samujhav karab kahab karab tum joi. The dharmasar is already is defined in 3 words. Samujhav, kahab, and karab. Whatever you understand and think is samujhav. Kahab means whatever you say, and karab means whatever you do should align itself. All of them should be in same alignment, then only it is called dharmasar. Dasharatha violated this. He promised Guru Vashishtha and the ministers one day before that Ram shall be the crown prince, and now he is stuck with this thought. What will Now he said yes to Kaikei also. And he said yes to Kaikei to the 2 boons. Okay, I'll give you 2 boons, fine. So Kaikei got him trapped into his the 2 boons. He could have immediately said, no, I have already promised that Ram will be the crown prince to Sage Vasishta. And that's it. It's over. Now the first boon automatically gets null and void, right? Bharat becoming the king is null and void now. He did not have that clarity. And that's why it is considered that he was he became stupefied. Actually, he was always vacillating between two point of views and never come to a conclusion. That was the problem with him. Anyway, so now this was because of this vacillation and Dharma Bodh. He was lacking Dharma Bodh and Dharma Marma, which Ram and Bharat had, luckily. And because of that, he could not understand his own wife and his son and Bharat. And Ram and Bharat, both of them he could not understand. And of course, his subjects. So he was a king, I would say, he was the Dharmatma, but he lacked the Dharma Bodh. So we'll discuss how Bharatji deflects all the reasons put forth by his guru, his father, the mother Kaushalya, mother Kaikai, everybody, all the ministers, everybody. He is sitting here in that big court of Ayodhya, and he's trying to prove why he should not be the king, even though, as apparently told by his Guruji, that it is his father's wish. Why he's saying it is not his father's wish, but somebody else's wish, not even his mother's wish. It is Manthra's wish, actually. And Mantra represents in that society jealousy, hatred, uh, uh, all the negative qualities. She is their representative. So Bharatji understood that in Ayodhya, if there was a Ram Rajya to be established, these jealousy, negative qualities should go. Otherwise, there is no king who can rule properly. So That was so. Let's discuss this in the next episode. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate, and please stay tuned. And I thank you very much for watching and giving me the honor to serve you. And please like and share this video as much as you can. Thank you so much.